Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are on a mission and that is to get 3 stars. But before we get into that, I do need to run around the island and do all of my dailies. And we have our daily DIY. It is gold bars. Oh, lovely. So I've already been preparing for 3 stars. I have a heap of flowers planted, although it's not really a great lot. And on the beach on the other side of the island, I have a heap of items set out, all DIYs of course. And in the last episode, we got 2 more villages, so I think we're pretty set at the moment. There isn't really much more that I need to do. I've got 3 types of fencing and I've got a mix of regular DIYs plus a couple of Nook Mile ones as well. But yeah, I mean, I've never done a DIY only island before, so we're just going to have to wait and see how it goes. Now, I have been making some progress with my villagers. Fuchsia has given me a nickname, and Rold invites me over to his house all the time and gives me presents. But the only problem with trying to get everyone's photo is that every time I give them a gift, they give me clothes in return. And I have to wear everything that my villagers gift me, so I have been changing outfits a lot. So what I'm going to do as far as the photos go is I'm going to be concentrating on one villager. I'm going to be gifting 3 villagers every day with one particular villager every day, and then the other 2 are just going to be random ones. So this way, hopefully that one particular villager will eventually give me their photo, and I'm also going to be racking up friendship points with the other villagers at the same time. But you know, that's the theory anyway. I don't really know if it's going to work. These are the outfits that I have waiting for me. I have 6 to catch up on. And these are all of the outfits that I have worn so far. As you can see, my villagers have exquisite taste. I'm just grabbing a couple of more Nook Mile DIYs from the ABD, ones that I'm most likely going to use anyway so that they don't go to waste. Then, before I went to see Isabel, I really needed to clean up the island. This is a DIYs only island, and having bugs and fish placed around, I'm pretty sure counts towards your island score. So I decided to get all of my bugs that I had put aside for Flick and put them in storage. And I donated all of the other things that I had laying around to Blathers. I actually made, I think, about 100,000 barrels from all of the extra fossils that I had, so that was handy. And I also went and got all of my tools and placed them rather than having them just dropped on the ground because I didn't want to have anything just laying around. I crafted a few of the DIYs that I bought earlier. I placed them outside and then I went in to go and see Isabel. And just as I expected, I had a 2-star rating. Luckily for me though, Isabel suggested that I needed to go and place more crafted items. Sure thing, Isabel, I can totally do that. That would have to be the easiest 3-star rating I have ever gotten. I barely did anything. I barely have anything. Isabel can be very inconsistent, and in this case, it definitely worked in my favour. Now, it was Saturday on my island, which is normally when KK would show up, but obviously he wasn't there yet. And I didn't have an NPC on the island, so I decided to time travel to nighttime to see if Celeste would finally show up. And she did. About time. Then it was on to the next day for the KK concert.
Been there, done that!
I seen Tom and got the Island Designer app. I done a few dailies around the island and then went to change my outfit. I bought the apps that I needed from the ABD and I went and made a couple of land bridges around the island. And then I time travelled to the next day so that I could unlock Halves Island. I wanted to make my flower garden, but I needed more seeds. Leaf was on my island that day, but he didn't have anything that I needed. I went to see Blathers about Brewster and I went on my first cabin tour. Then I went to Halves Island so that I could pay for Leaf's stall. A little bit of a fun fact for you here, if you're not that concerned about unlocking all of the stalls on Halves Island, just leave them for a while and everybody else will pay them for you. On my last island, I only had to pay like 30 bells to unlock Red, and then when I went to go unlock Sahara's stall, I only had to pay 10.
That's so cheap.
So it is now the next day, so time for a new outfit. The DIY of the day is the bamboo basket. I done my dailies and then went to the newly expanded Nook's Cranny. I checked the cabinet to see what stock they had, and they had mum seeds, which was one of the flowers that I still hadn't bought yet. And then I flew to Halves Island to see Leaf, and he had pansies, which was the only other flower I was still missing. It must have been my lucky day. Also, I had a campsite villager that day. It was Cody, but I didn't take him and I don't know why, because I actually really like him. Anywho, it was finally time to start my breed every flower in the game garden. I'm using this 12 by 12 plan. I've never done this before, so hopefully it works out. The reason why I waited so long before I started this was because I wanted to have the pathing first to make it easier to understand, like when the flowers start to grow, like what is what and what I need to keep. So the light dirt is for the seed flowers, the dark dirt is for the hybrids, and then I also put down some sand, which is for the hybrids of the hybrids. According to this, if I'm the only one watering them, it is going to take me about 63 days to breed all of the different flowers.
Challenge accepted.
So there you have it. Thistle has a 3-star rating. I have finally started my flower garden. And I'm in a new outfit. I don't even remember when I got changed. Anyway, that is going to be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye!